Yo, what's good, everybody? It is another Beers with Barton. It's Monday, 14th, 2022. Hope everyone's having a great day and had a great weekend. Boy, did we just get home from an adventure that we had these last couple days. So let me set the scene. It was a surprise 40th birthday trip for my best friend. My worst best friend had planned this a few months ago. So the original itinerary was we were going to fly out Thursday night. I think that was the 10th from Charlotte, fly into Orlando. We had a shuttle from from Orlando airport to this really nice hotel on the beach. Thursday night, have a really nice dinner, and then shuttle on Friday morning from that hotel to Port Canaveral and get on a lovely 3-day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3-day, 3-night cruise on the free Independence of the Sea. 4,300 people and 1,400 crew. Huge boat. It had like a mall on it, basketball hoop, a slide, pools. It was fantastic. So, and then we were going to leave. The itinerary for the boat was we'd go to the Bahamas, Nassau for a day, have a day at sea, and then stop at their private island, which is also in the Bahamas. It's called A Perfect Day at Coco. I don't know. And spend the day there, and then obviously leave from there and come back. Get off this morning and then fly, shuttle or Uber back to the airport and fly out at 12:15 and get home. So the second part, that all happened. But what happened is tropical storm hurricane, I think Nicole, came through Wednesday, Thursday, and so Orlando decided to close their airport. So we got this news on Wednesday, so it was a little too late to just cancel our whole flight and drive down. It's an 8-9 hour drive. And so what we were able to do is get flights from Charlotte to oh my goodness, that's 3 hours south of Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, thank you. So we were able to switch our flights, lost our first class seats. That was another surprise. So we flew out at the same time on Thursday, got to Fort Lauderdale on Thursday night still. And here's where the fun begins. So I'll try to get through this so you can follow. So as we land, we find out that the cruise had delayed its departure by a day because the other cruise that was coming in on the Independence of the Sea got stuck out there, did not get in until Saturday morning instead of Friday. So we couldn't board. We got credits and refunds back for that day. So we're in Fort Lauderdale, and our original plan was going to be to just get up. We had gotten a car rental last minute, and we're going to just drive up early in the morning, get on the boat. So now we're trying to figure out what do we do. So we ended up on Friday meeting up with some other people who were there for the trip as well. 2 of them were supposed to fly with us, but as soon as the flights got canceled, they decided just to drive with some other friends. And so we got the car rental at 7 a.m. We drove the 3 hours up to Orlando. We left at like 7 in the morning, got up there around 10. We went to Universal Studios, Harry Potter Land for the day, and met up with 4 of the other people that were joining us. Spent the whole day there. Got another hotel room Friday night. We got to go to a really cool dinner at Raglan Road. It's an Irish pub, beautiful restaurant in Disney Springs. Jessica and I went there years ago when we took Michaela to Disney World. Spent the night there with the 8 of us. Had a great time. Went to the hotel, and then we got up the next morning, and we had to have we're in Orlando, but we had to have the car back to the car rental place by 7 a.m. because we only got a 1-day rental. It was a beautiful, brand new Jeep Wagoneer. It's fantastic. So Troy and I got up, left the hotel about 6:15, drove it up, dropped it off, then Ubered back from there back to our hotel, which was about 30-ish minutes. And then at about 9:30, 10, we got another Uber to get from that hotel in Orlando down to the port, which was about an hour away. So luckily someone, picked it up. And when the flight got delayed, we moved our board on time from 10:30 to 1:30 because we had to drive up. We didn't want to miss our board time. Anyways, we got to the port around 12. They let us ride on, maybe even a little early, like 11:30. And went and hung out. Met those other 4 people. Had a few drinks. Rooms weren't going to be ready till 1:30. And then went up to get lunch. And the second part of the surprise was the other 8 people that were there as well. There were 16 of us, no kids. Came and surprised Jenny again at lunch. So obviously all of our best friends and pretty much everyone Jenny has met, my best friend forever, has met in North Carolina, were there. So a lot shorter, a lot of jumps, a lot of rebooks, and quite adventures. It honestly feels like I've been on vacation for a week or 10 days, and it's literally been 4 days. This time on Thursday, which was only 4 days ago, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days ago, we were on our way to the airport. So lots of adventures, but we had fun. We got an extra day at Universal's, which amusement parks aren't my thing, but we were fun. Jenny loved it. That's all that mattered. I rode some rides, had great dinner. Like I said, on that Friday night, which was extra. And the cruise was great. It was shorter. So Friday, Saturday, just hung out, went to some shows. The casino was open once you're out in international waters. That's at 6. Did a lot of drinking, a lot of eating, and not sleeping too much. So I'm exhausted. And then we ported on Sunday morning at their private island. I think it's called Perfect Day at Coco. I want to say Day, but it's Coco K or something. And I didn't want to get off the boat. I was just going to drink and watch football, but everyone else, for the most part, got off, and Jessica really wanted to go. So we ended up going over there, and it was a great time. Spent some time on the beach. We had a drink package, so drinks were included over there. Food. Did some shopping. We were able to find Michaela this cute little Bahamas. It's a happy octopus, or when you hate your parents and they say no, it's a sad one. Or mad. Looks more mad than sad. So she can use this and tell us. She can put it out so we know what mood she's in. And then we just did some shopping, and then we came back and hung out, watched some football, kept drinking, showered, went to a fantastic dinner. We did some trivia, and I was so uncomfortable from the food and probably alcohol that I had that day that I went and napped from like 6:15 to like 7:45, and then went to dinner at 8. And then we went to do some karaoke. We did that both nights, and then some adult-themed called Majority Rules. And got to watch the 49ers beat the Chargers on my cell phone because I bought the internet package for the 2 days because I had to set my football lineups. But we had a good time. And then this morning, we had to be out at a special place. We got a shuttle from the port back to the airport. We had to be at a meeting place on the boat at 8. So we were on the shuttle and gone by 8:30 and at the airport and through. It's about 30-ish minutes or so, 45 from there. And we were through all the security. It's a huge airport. You see all the people from Disney and all that. And then we just hung out, got some food, and then ended up getting on our flight. We were gone. It's supposed to be 12:15. It was 12:08. We were gone, landed by 2, and then shuttled over to where our car was parked, the old truck. And we just went and picked up the Pop Man, just got home. So we're starting laundry, gonna start cleaning up. Michaela's gonna be off the bus in about 45 minutes. Jessica ran to the store to grab a few things, and I cannot wait to see her. We've missed her so much. And so we had a great time. Adventures, it felt like forever, but it couldn't have been with better friends, especially with my best friend. Happy 40th to you. I know your real birthday's in actually next week. I think it's the 21st, if I remember correctly. I always want to say the 23rd, but it is the 21st. So a week from today, and we're best friend. You did great, man. I know Jessica kind of set the bar last year for my 40th, surprised me and going to Nashville. But you, sir, have done yourself quite well. Fantastic time. Had great time with friends, and although there was a lot of changes and adventures and moves and everything, we had fun. We'll figure out how much more it costs us later. Don't worry about it. Worst best friend and I are going to go grab beers and wings and go through all our expenses to reconcile this. Just kidding. So that's it. That's what we did. It was an adventure, so I thought this was appropriate. It was a Hazy IIPA from Sweetwater because, man, it felt like we were going to float down the river or the sea, and it looked like we had some choppy waters here and there. We had to jump off and on and get helicopter rides, but we made it work. This one's supposedly good. My boy Danny Dimes picked it up. He found this, I think, at a gas station here. I've never seen it. I love Sweetwater. It's 8.5. And this one's a 19.2 ouncer. So we're going to go ahead and just enjoy half of this now. And then we're going to see if this is a SIPA. Easy drinker. Or guzzler. And I'm going to actually sip on this. So I want to enjoy it. All right, everybody. Especially the other, well, I know worst best friend and best friend are good because we flew back together, and then our cars were parked at the same offsite. So they're home. We're home. The other groups, let's see, there's 14 of us. 6 of us were going to fly. 8 were going to drive anyway, 2 pairs. But it ended up being 10 people that drove. Or no, there's 16 of us, I'm sorry. So it's going to be 10 people driving, 6 flying. It ended up being 12. So they figured that out. So they probably got off the boat about the same time as us, about 8-9 hours. So I think most people are probably 2 or 3 hours away from home, but they're getting here. We're here, so that's the advantage of flying. Although it was quite an adventure. They just had to get in their car and grab another hotel on Friday, which wasn't planned, which was a little bit of a scramble. Some people stayed in Savannah because they're doing half and half and just stayed an extra night and came down to Orlando the next day. And then the other group were actually in Orlando. So it was fun. It was an adventure. Now that I'm home and I'm exhausted, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. So I'm glad I was part of it. Worst best friend, thank you for putting all this together. And best friend, happy 21st 4-0 to you. Love you. Love everyone that came. Meant so much. I'm sure to Jenny, I know it did for us just to be able to hang and be part of it. So cheers. Ooh. Ooh. That could be a sipper. 8.5. Hazy IIPA. Seeing double. I certainly was after 2 days drinking all you could drink. We're doubling down on the Sweetwater Hazy with this hazy, juicy, double dry hopped IIPA, hitting high notes of mango, passion fruit, pineapple, and pine. A nice dose of wheat and oats keep it smooth, and low bitterness makes it easy drinking even at the higher APV. So cheers again to my best friend and the adventures that we went through, and worst best friend and my lovely, beautiful wife who never got stressed at all and just went with the flow all the time. It was pretty stressful though, because we didn't know if we were going to be able to get to where we were supposed to be, if we were going to get a rental car, if there was a hotel available, if we could get tickets to Universal, if we were even going to get to the port. So it was an adventure, but man, thank goodness worst best friend and Jess were there, because they are good at planning. They took care of most of this. So cheers to everyone. Thanks again. Worst best friend, and happy birthday to you, best friend. And that is all. That was our adventure. 4 days. It felt like 2 weeks, but I loved every minute of it. Excuse me. I loved every minute of it. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Until next time. Deuces.